Love makes me treat you the way that I do. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? There's nothing too good for a girl that's so true. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? Bought you a fur coat for Christmas, a diamond ring.
Hi folks, Dr. H here once again, and hoping I can clear up a few things before you begin the midterm. But if you've already started the midterm, no worries. Your class may not be in the midterm right now. For example, it's only music elements and music appreciation that are in midterm week right now. History of rock and roll, because we started later, we have a little bit later date for our midterm. However, what I'm about to discuss applies to all of the classes, so please pay attention. First, most of you have grasped this concept, but for those that have not, understand that there are two sides to this story. There's a e-learning side, or an e-learning side, and then there's a Connect for Education side. So there's our e-learning or D2L side, which is where we log on for our course, and you know, there's information there, there's a calendar there, I make announcements there, and there are discussion topics that are on e-learning. And then there's our online text. Now this applies to all of you. This applies to History of Rock, it applies to music appreciation, and it applies to music elements. So most of you, as I said, are grasping this, but we still have some folks that are having some difficulties understanding this concept, because I get emails like, where do I submit the written assignment, or how do I get in access to the assignments? So please understand, there are two, count them, two sides to this story: e-learning and Connect for Education. And we're going to describe or talk about this a little bit specifically towards the specific classes momentarily, but I just want to get that out of the way. So this applies to all of you, to everyone taking my courses. Let's also understand that some people are using cell phones to do the work over a laptop or a PC. And I realize that that might be because you have to. I get that. It could be either you don't own a PC, or you don't have access to one, or it could be your PC is on the fritz or your laptop's on the fritz. I get it, that those things happen, but be aware, a smaller screen like a cell phone is not going to give you the most advantageous view of the materials, either on e-learning or on our C4E online text. So it's the best thing you can do if you do not have access to a computer is to go to a library. Delta's library is open for use. The computer lab is open. Many community libraries, civic libraries, city libraries are open. Please make use of these facilities in order to thoroughly view your assignments. And if you have to type anything, it's extraordinarily difficult to type an answer on a phone. Now, if you're adept at that and you can do it and you haven't had any troubles, more power to you. Great, go for it. But if it's becoming more of a challenge, as it is for some of you, because again, I get emails asking, where's the submit button? And I suspect it's because you are not scrolling down far enough to find the submit button, because you're on a smaller screen, either on your phone, or perhaps you might be on an iPad. So get to a computer, get to a PC as quickly as you can. If you are having those types of technical issues. Also, there are some of you who have had some technical issues regarding our C4E site. In other words, you were not able to hear certain examples, or it could be you were not able to view certain videos. And in those instances, you need to get in touch with me as soon as possible so that I can alert the C4E OIT department, and they will get in touch with you. Those of you that have had some issues have already experienced that. They're pretty quick about getting back to students. Also, in my original link to you regarding the purchase of the textbook, there is a student access for help. There's a help desk. Don't be afraid to log on and go to the help desk. They can help you, and they will help you. And by help desk, I don't mean Delta's help desk. I mean C4E's help desk. Now, having said that, Delta also has a help desk, an OIT help desk. And you are welcome to call them if you are having PC issues or connectivity issues. Let's say you happen to be at Delta and you're having issues there, or some problem with your Delta account. By all means, contact the Delta OIT department for help in those areas. So another thing that has been occurring again and again is I'm getting emails on the weekends. Folks, please try and remember, I do not answer emails. I don't respond emails on the weekends. I'm gone. I'm usually out of town. I'm nowhere near a computer. While I do have my phone, and yes, I get email on my phone, I try not to look at it because weekends are for my family. They're for me. So if you email me on a Friday after 5 p.m. or on a Saturday or on a Sunday, you're not going to hear back from me until the following Monday, perhaps even the following Tuesday. So please understand, it's not that I don't love you. It's not that not that I'm ignoring you. I do not respond to emails from anybody on the weekends, period. After 5 p.m. on Friday, I'm out of here. So, obviously, if it's an emergency, I will try to get to as quickly as possible. But, the emergencies that I have in our class are not really that dire that you really need to get in touch with me immediately. But while we're on the subject of communication to me, folks, I have warned everyone across the board, don't wait until the last minute. If you wait until, it's so easy to do on an online course. It's so easy. You don't have a professor standing in front of you going, let's do, and I could do that. I guess I could send everybody video messages where I'm pointing my finger, it's due. I don't want to do that. That's why we have the online courses. So please, don't wait until the last minute. Learn how to budget your time. And it's excruciatingly hard. Believe me, I am the #1 procrastinator in the world. Okay, I love to put things off until the last minute, but this is something that you simply can't. So please, for my sake, don't wait. Don't wait until a Sunday, which will be the day after an assignment is due, to ask me for more time. That's not the time to ask me for more time. Look ahead. If you see you're not going to be able to turn something in, you need to be at least 3-4 days ahead of the due date. And then say, Dr. H, I'm not going to be able to put this in. And that's another thing. It's Dr. H. It's not Tim. It's not Mr. It's Dr. H. Please try to remember these things, okay? Hey, Music Elements peeps. Dr. H here. I hope that the intro to this has been less confusing or helping to make things a little more understandable. But I wanted to take a minute and discuss that idea of the two sides to the story, the e-learning and the online text. Now here we're looking at our online text. Let's switch over to e-learning for a minute. You guys that have been doing this already know this, and by the way, for the most part, all of the Element students kind of grasp what's going on, so it's cool. But just for those that may be having a little bit of difficulty, understand that on the home page of our e-learning site, you have the announcements. I try to keep these as up to date as possible. And then you have this calendar here on the lower right corner that tells you when things are due. Section 3, rhythm and meter, is the next thing that's due on October 24th. And then of course section 4 and 5 and so forth are going on. The midterm exam should have already is coming up next week. So it starts. It says it starts on the 17th, but let's take a look at that. I'm sorry, it's due on the 17th. It starts right now. So you have should be going on right now for you. So if you have questions about the midterm, obviously, shoot me an email, but things should be self-explanatory. When you go to the C4E site, our online text, you scroll down to where the midterm occurs. You just simply click on midterm exam, and lo and behold, it will come up. And I will give you the faculty preview idea, but you can see here where you have to just answer specific questions. So again, I'm not really receiving many issues from music element students, so I hope that everyone is doing okay. If you are having issues, now is the time to shoot me an email and let me know what's going on. I also want to stress, as I did in the opening to this, folks, if you're using a phone to complete these assignments, it's probably not a big enough screen, which can be really confusing and really cumbersome. So I don't recommend using a phone to do these. If it's all you've got, it's all you got. I get that. But if you can make it to a library, Delta's library or what have you, or anybody that has a laptop where you can log in, I would advise you to do so, just because I think it's going to be a lot easier for you. So I hope this has clarified some things. Again, if you're still having issues, please send me an email. Thanks, folks. Have a great week.
I'm a sentimental sap, that's all. What's the use of trying not to fall? I have no will, you've made your kill, 'cause you took advantage of me.